Hi, my name's Cam. Welcome to my kitchen. How are you doing today? We're going to be smoking some side ribs using a Traeger smoker and make up my own rub, which is really good. I will provide the recipe after this. First thing we've got to do is pull out these ribs and put a nice rub on them, and then after that we'll get the smoker ready. These just came out of the fridge, so they're quite cold. I want to let them sit for maybe a half hour, maybe up to an hour. Just let the rub sink into them and let them warm up a little bit as well. So these are nice big meaty side ribs. Should have about 4 strips here. And that we'll dispose of. I like to just wear a glove. It's just much easier to put the rub on, otherwise the rub ends up sticking to your hands the whole time. So I'm just going to try and organize these on this pan. I got this one little piece. I think our dogs are getting hungry too, smelling this. So I just put a generous amount of rub on. Basically, one of the key ingredients in rub is usually a 50-50 mixture of salt and sugar. I like to use brown sugar. And then whatever other spices and seasonings you want to put on it. This has some garlic in it, some seasonal allspice, some onion powder, and a little bit of oregano, and some other things which I'll share at the end of this. After I rub them, so I can let them sit for about an hour, get the smoker ready. I'm going to be smoking these at a cold temperature, a low temperature at the beginning, for about 2.5 hours or so to really get a nice smoky flavor in them. And then I'm going to turn the temperature up a little bit to closer to 225 for the last hour and a half of the smoker, and then I'm going to cover them in a barbecue sauce. I like to use Diana's, but you can use whatever your favorite barbecue sauce is. And then I double wrap them in foil and let them, I put the temperature up then to about 325, and I let them on the smoker cook for another hour to an hour and a half. So the total cooking time is about 5 hours or 5.5 hours until they're really nice and tender. You've got the smoky flavor in them. You've got the sauce, and they will just fall off the bones. They'll be so good, and it's just unfortunate that you won't be able to taste them. So use a Traeger smoker. I think it's my 3rd smoker. I've had the kettle smokers. I've had the big wood-fired one with the firebox on the end, as well as the Traeger. I've actually bought 2 of them, and we use it all year round. One time I'm going to do my prime rib on the smoker, which is just unbelievable. If you love prime rib, you will just love it. So again, with love, we're just showing these ribs a little bit of love, giving them a nice rub. You want to make sure that you don't leave any parts that aren't given a little bit of seasoning rub on there. So these are just about done. Ready to just let them sit here out at room temperature. And that's it for now. And we've get the smoker ready and be back shortly. Hi. Well, we're outside here. Ribs have been sitting for about an hour. Smoker's ready. So we're gonna put these on right now. Temperature right now is 160 degrees inside, which is not a hot smoke, but it's the low setting on the Traegers. So using 2 sets of tongs, we can just place these inside here. Last one right there. Rearrange a little. And there they go. We'll take a look at these in another 2 hours. Ribs have been smoking now for about an hour and a half. So let's take a look at them there. Look at those. Oh my goodness. They ever look good? They are going to smell so good. Temperature we've been maintaining is about 150 degrees, 160, sometimes 70. And really just keeping it on smoke to get all that smoky goodness. Temperature is just around 140 degrees. We're just going to turn that up to 225, which will bring it up quite a bit. Just take a look here. Oh, look at those. Oh, those ever look good. The thickness from the smoke penetrating in there, unbelievable. So, we'll leave that. We'll come back in another hour. Ribs smell absolutely amazing out here. They're going to be so good. So next step is the ribs have been cooking for about 4 hours from the smoker. They had the first 2.5 hours at just on smoke at about 150 degrees. Then about an hour and a half, I turned it up to about 225. Temperature right now is showing 213, so it's always been in that range. And now we're going to pull them off one by one and double wrap them. So there's 4 pieces on there, and I've pre-cut 8 pieces of foil, and you really have to double wrap them tight because they produce a lot of juice. You want that juice going everywhere, you want them to stay, and this is what's going to make them fall off the bone. Look at those. So I'm going to start off one on the back. Just look at that. Oh, just amazing. So I'm going to sauce one side here first. Just get some sauce on there. Just gives it a little bit more flavor. You don't have to put the sauce on. If you like it just with rub, it's excellent that way as well. Just lay that right on the foil. Sauce the other side here. And I use Diana's chicken and rib, or Diana's honey garlic sauce, which is really good. But again, any one's good. So now, double wrap these up, nice and tight. And I could flip it and do it that way, but it makes it harder to open. So I'm going to keep it this way. That way it'll be easier to open. I can then just put back. Start the next one. Ooh. They're cooked right now. You could eat them, but they'd be a little tougher. Not tougher, but they wouldn't fall off the bone. And that's why we do this next part. Be careful not to tear clear the foil. Two, here we go. Now, turn that up. Get my temperature up to about 325 degrees. We're going to leave those in for about an hour. Pull them out, they can rest for about another 10 minutes, and then we'll be cutting in and enjoying them. So we'll see you in about an hour. Okay, just pulled the ribs off the smoker. Again, they were on smoke for 2.5 hours, which was roughly 150 degrees. Then I put it up for an hour and a half up to 225 degrees. Then I've double wrapped them in foil after putting some barbecue sauce on it. And this is not product placement, but Diana's is my favorite. And then I've had them on the smoker at 325 for another hour. So we're just gonna pull off one of these pieces here. Another great thing about this is they will stay hot like this for a long time. You can serve these an hour from now and they will just be piping hot. Now, as I start to unravel this here, be all kinds of steam and the juice. I don't know, can you get a close up of that there? Just look at that goodness there. I like to save the juice, because if you wanted, you could make a really nice barbecue sauce out of it. Now the challenge is if I pick it up like this, it may just come apart. Normally, I do back ribs all the time, but I thought for a change, I would do hot side ribs. Lots of meat, lots of flavor. And I am going to just keep that juice, because that'd be great to make a barbecue sauce out of, which I can do after. I can't wait to make a barbecue sauce to enjoy these ribs. Now, sometimes you just have to find the right area to cut them. Just, oh, look at that. I don't even need a knife. I could cut these with a spoon. That's one thing about side ribs is there is that cartilage in there, and you don't really have to find all the bones, unlike back ribs. There's no membrane to peel off, but the way I like to serve these is family style. It's much easier just to cut these, and then we will serve these just on a platter. You can add some more barbecue sauce on them, but usually I'll just let people add what they want. Now look at what I've left here. This right here is the best. Unbelievable flavor. Oh wow. Finish. Chewing there. Unbelievable. The smokiness from being on smoke for 2.5 hours. The sauce just gives it a little bit more flavor. And then basically roasting these in their own juices for an hour. They just fall off the bone. Unbelievable. It's really too bad you can't be enjoying this, but I got 3 more racks here. We'll be eating in half an hour if you want to come over, but I think it'll be gone. So thank you very much and bon appetit.